Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's another show of the college football tailgate show. And as always, this your boy Murdoch rolling hard, giving you the facts, giving you what you want and what you need. And rolling with my people as always, man. Good to be here. Rolling with my boy, the spectacular Biggie, the producer, Super Dave, broadcasting out of Arizona. And we live to give you what you need today. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, we got to dive into that before we get into this week. We got to go back to that
That
last week.
last week.
Ooh,
Ooh.
What it is,
man.
man.
Man, dog, Clemson should have lost, man. I don't care what you say. They overrated, dog.
Yeah, they're interesting. I guess hey, to get through some wars and battles, you got to be battle tested and get into it, get it good, get into it good. But Clemson survived 51-45 against Wake Forest. A late play in the end zone, man, sealed the deal, man. By Nate Wiggins
It
in the
was
end of
double
the
overtime, right?
then overtime, double overtime, man. It was good. But man, it was interesting to state to
I
say
mean,
to say the
how you let Wake Forest score 45 points? I mean, I know Wake ain't no pushover and all of that, but how you let Wake Forest score 45 points on
Points
you,
on you,
and you got
and
to
you
and
got
you got to
and you
go
got to
in
go
double
in double
overtime
overtime
to win.
to win.
man. It was a battle. It was the ACC battle. Quarterback DJ, he threw 26-41, 371 yards and 5 touchdowns. Will Shipley had 104 yards, 1 touchdown on 2 receptions. One of them was big reception, 90 something yards, but he was did good. Will Sam Hartley went 20 for 29, 337 yards and 6 touchdowns. Man, they was getting Clemson defense all the business in the world.
That's
Six
why I say they're
touchdowns.
overrated. You can't be. I don't know how anybody be in the top shit 10 and your defense letting folks score 45 points on you. Lord, that must have.
Yeah, that's yeah, because they put Clemson supposed to have like a SEC style defense, but not giving up that, not doing that. Well, once six touchdowns, and Jamal Banks had that boy had 141 yards, 2 touchdowns on 6 receptions for Wake Forest. So they were doing the thing. They got saved by the defensive back on that one because they could have very well failed. So we'll see how they see
They
how they
should.
we'll see how they rebound on this week coming up. But
I,
last week
I,
they struggled.
I said it should have failed anyway. They should have went down in the poll.
Yeah, they could have very well failed, but like I said, let's see what they gonna do this week. Them Clemson and wait for see how they be doing later on.
Yeah,
Also,
but then
go ahead.
yeah, I said then that old Kansas went over there and hit the Sooners in their mouth.
Yeah, Kansas State went over there, but in Oklahoma. But I was been telling folks about Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. They put up some decent amount of points, but the thing is they can't never stop nobody. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
They
big
can't
12
never
dog.
Yeah, they can't never, they can't never stop nobody, man. That boy Adrian Martinez, 234 yards and a touchdown. Also ran for a buck 48 with 4 touchdowns on 21
Mm,
assists,
mm,
on
mm.
21 attempts. So that,
You know what I'm saying?
that
Same old Big 12. Let's just throw the ball around. It looked like North Carolina Tar Heels need to migrate to the Big 12. They fit right in. The offenses with no defenses.
yeah, Oklahoma will be coming over to the SEC. Now they gonna understand they ain't gonna bet that 34 points against Kansas State. That multiplied on SEC defense, they get shut out. But that's
Shut
another
up.
subject. That's another subject for another day. But not to be undermined by none of. But Dylan Gabriel went 26, 39, 330 yards and 4 touchdowns. So then and running back Eric Gray went for 114 yards on 16 attempts. So like I said, they can put it up. They can put up something and get some yard. But like I said, they just can't stop no doggone body. So they got
That reminds me when the Sooners, uh, what's that quarterback that he went to Cleveland, but then I think he went
oh
somewhere
oh
else.
oh you talking about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield came out there with Oklahoma as soon as they gonna do this and they gonna do this, and Georgia started putting that D on their ass late in that game. They couldn't do nothing. Georgia beat them. Same old Big 12. Man, I like. Don't get me wrong. I don't know about out there saying, "Oh, they SEC. They just hating on the Big 12." But come on, man. God damn. When the last time a national y'all won a national? You know what I'm saying? And when the last time y'all had a defense over there? I mean, God.
Well, they no secret. The Big 12. They are based on outpointing you. They want to outscore you. They built they everything around like the Golden State Warriors. We just gonna outgun you. We ain't gonna try
Yeah,
to
they
do you. We're gonna try to
basketball
outdo
team.
you. Yeah, yeah.
North
They ain't gonna do
Carolina
it.
Tar Heel basketball, football. Shit.
Yeah. But that's the Big 12. So Oklahoma fall to Kansas State and got what I'm saying that, and we're going over to USC. They squeezed away though. They went to Fort. They squeezed away a win out of from Oregon State, 17 to 14. That but Galea Williams went 16 for 36, 180 yards and one touchdown. And
See,
Travis Dyer, yeah, he went that was decent. Travis Dyer, 133 yard, one touchdown on 19 attempts. So, but Chase Nolan didn't do him no justice either. He he went 17 for 29, 166 yards for Oregon State. But on top of the thing, problem boy, he threw four interceptions.
yeah,
He donated. He helped donate the win to USC.
and
Yeah.
exactly. And they act like, oh, the USC defense got four interceptions. You man, look who you played, man. You barely beat them with four interceptions. You supposed to have three more points on, man. At least 21 more points. Come on, USC. You are not the C of old, man. Okay?
Yeah, the Reggie Bush days over, but a win is a win is a win is a win. As I always say on the show, I take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day though. Now on to the head bustle lead enough passing around and helping you score a long while you score. It's going over to this SEC where the head bustle began. That Arkansas fell to Texas A&M 23-21.
That was a
My high hope for Arkansas. Yeah, that was now that's a clash match right there.
I actually thought Arkansas was gonna pull it off, man, late in the game, but that Texas got a little D, man, but the offense is suspect. Arkansas, I think Arkansas would have pulled it out.
Yeah, that farmer was there, but Jefferson went for 12, 19, 171 yard, two touchdowns, no interception. He also ran for a buck 05, one touchdown on 18 attempts. So Jefferson done all he can on the thing. A late farmer heard him late for us discuss that. But Texas A&M Max Johnson knows that so he went for 11 for 21, 151 yards and one touchdown. If I ain't mistaken, I think that's Brad Johnson's son. I might don't hold me on that though. But I think that's Brad Johnson's son. I'm not sure. Producer Dave, check into that for me. Make sure that see if I got that right for me. But running
He
back,
he
Devon. That's right.
he
Okay,
probably
okay, okay. Yeah, I
he,
thought that was Brad Johnson. I thought Brad Johnson, no son. No, I hope Brad Johnson ain't teaching him how to throw because I mean, ain't like Brad Johnson got him on Super Bowl in spite of, but he got the defense in there. But yeah, the running back Devon went for 159 yards and one touchdown on 19 attempts. So for Texas A&M too, also to help to help keep pushing. And oh man, they got to give a credit to that defense too, man. The Matty Richardson scooped up Farmer, changed the momentum of that game, and took that Farmer back 82 yards. It was a huge momentum swing in that game for Texas A&M. That don't help, don't spark them on up. So, but that's the SEC class right there, though. That was a big SEC win by Texas A&M. Texas A&M.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's what
They bouncing back strong. I think that
the one
Appalachian State. I think an Appalachian State game woke them up. But late, like I said earlier, late form on the 3 yard line, man. But it wasn't late, but almost that game cost them on the 3 yard line, man. KJ Jefferson tried to go over the top of the blocking his own lineman, and on 3 yard line, lost the fumble of that game, man. That was a huge play right there, also, man. So there was a little fumbling, bumbling going on, and they got Alabama today, and we'll probably we'll take a look into that later on. But yeah, that ended that game, man. And that's that. Going on, okay. Now it's going on time to talk about my Florida Gators, man. Down there, we're gonna stay in the SEC. And we're gonna go and talk about my Florida Gators, man, falling to Tennessee, man. Falling to them is a heartbreak, man. It's a 33-35, man. It was a that was a hard one right there, man, because Anthony Richardson played his butt off, man. He 24, 44, 453 yards, two touchdowns, threw an interception, got to cut back on them. He also rushed for 62 yards and two touchdowns on 17 attempts, man. But man, I hate to see Florida lose that game, but man, but the hats off to Tennessee, man, because they playing some ball, man. They playing some ball, man. But Hindu Hooker, he went 22 for 28, 349 yards, and two touchdowns. And he not to be out there either. He ran for 111 yards, one touchdown on 12 attempts. So it was a battle of two SEC really nice quarterback, a battle of Anthony Richardson and him and Hooker, man. Them some nice guys, man. Just to see them go head to head like that, you know what I'm saying, against each other. It was nice to see. And hats off Tennessee. They snapped a 6-game losing streak against Florida, man. And that moved the Vols to 4-0, 1-0 in the SEC. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hold
in the
on, now.
SEC. Huh?
Let's not get off this vows.
We're not gonna get off. We sticking with them.
Okay. They looking real good, didn't it?
Yeah, he looked real. That was said. I said the hats out to the Vols, man. Hooker, like I say, he went 22 for 28, 349 yards, two touchdowns. He rushed for 111 and one touchdown. No, it was a battle of the SEC. No clashes. They
You
clash.
know, my memory be going out sometime. Who they played again?
They played the Florida Gators, man. They but hey,
Hold on. Think my hearing wasn't too good. Damn it, my hearing, everything kind of. Say that again.
they played against the Florida Gators. I ain't no, I ain't mad. I ain't mad that we ain't had nobody form on the 1 yard line going to the end zone. We ain't had that going on, folks. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you
These guys
better
were
pop.
clashing.
You better pop them and make them fumble, baby. You
And
better
no,
pop them
it's
and make them
different.
fumble,
It's a difference
baby.
between power to make a fumble and then just drop out somebody's hand. That's just a gift.
Hey,
But anyway,
that's a lick. We gonna drop it.
no. But they how's out. But they snapped the 6-game losing streak to Florida though. Now they 4-0. Got to get it to them. They 4-0,
Hey,
one and
let me
four
say
the
this
SEC.
right here. I'm gonna be the first one to say it, and I know y'all gonna talk noise, but I don't want to hear it because we skipping through, so I ain't got to hear it today. Tennessee upset Georgia. You heard it here first. Go ahead.
I don't really think I don't think it really be with the way Tennessee playing. And Hooker got to go too. Hooker was playing there against his top without his top guy, a couple of top guys too. So it depends on where that game be playing that, man. Because in college, like I always say, they kids they're gonna do momentum swings. They got to have this that going on. So it's all depending on where that game. I don't know where that game is, or the road game, whatever. But it's gonna be hard to go down the axis and pull that off. Now, if it's at Tennessee, then I won't be, what I'm saying, totally shocked if they can pull it off. But that's down the line. First, you got to take care of the people that's ahead of you. But
Yep.
we're gonna slide at the SEC one more time and go down here to the deep south. That's Texas Tech versus Texas. Texas Tech beat Texas 37-34. Texas Tech
Yeah, man.
Devon.
Them Longhorns let me down. I thought after that great showing they had against Alabama, and they've been coming through. I thought that they would be able to handle Texas Tech, and it just didn't go. It just didn't happen, man.
Yeah,
Texas
after
Tech's
putting up
moving that ball on them.
Yeah, after putting up that show against Alabama that they should have won. Everybody had high hopes for Texas and the Longhorns, but now it seems like they still looking good. Seems like they finna be in a lot of trouble right now. So and that but hey, Texas Hudson Card, he came back 20 for 30, 277 yards and two touchdowns, and Robinson 101 yards and two touchdowns. So but he had Card also had an interception. But hey, that's about that's I don't know if that's
It's
a
all in the
the
game,
true
baby.
sense of it, but that's all in the game. But Texas Tech, man, that's the man was on Donovan Smith, 38 for 56, 331 yards, two touchdowns, and no interception. When you ain't got them
Yep.
turnovers, that help you out. That help you out a
So I
lot.
say
And
Texas
that
Tech
game,
moving that ball.
but that game went to overtime though. They went to overtime. Now the kicker came in. Terry Wolf kicked a 20-yard field goal in OT, but after he missed one earlier, then he came in and knocked down the game winner in OT. So that was a good game right there. But Texas Tech pulled it out, beat Texas, man, and now we gotta look at Texas, man. They be every year Texas back, but man, look like they didn't fell into some trouble, man. Down there now they went from promises to fake promises. So they're in trouble. So we'll see how they look in the next couple of weeks, and they ain't made a coach's change. They probably have another coach down there, but we shall see, man. We're gonna see. But moving on from that one to down here in 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 Gardens, Miami. Miami. I repeat this. Miami Hurricanes fall to Middle Tennessee 31 to 45. 31 to 45. Let me repeat that again so everybody know. Miami falls to Middle Tennessee 31 to 45. Man, that's a head scratcher. And some people gonna have man gonna a lot of people ain't gonna understand that. But Middle Tennessee quarterback Chase Cunningham. I heard a lot about this guy, a lot about this guy, but I ain't never get a chance to watch him. Heard a lot about the guy, but it's an upset. He upset Miami. Like I said, Miami 31, Middle Tennessee 45. Man, this Middle Tennessee quarterback Chase Cunningham. Like I said, I heard about the guy, but I didn't know he was like that. And Miami just that bad. 16, 25, 408 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And he was hitting this Mayan guy.
Wow.
He was hitting this Mayan guy, DJ England. He went off for 169 yards, 2 touchdowns on just 2 receptions. Man, these boys, man, they upset Miami. It's crazy. Like in Middle Tennessee, Miami.
I don't even call it upsets no more against ACC Miami. It seems like anybody can beat us.
Man, but that's an
With
upset. Middle
this,
Tennessee, Middle Tennessee. That
uh,
don't supposed to happen in the Gulf. That
they,
don't supposed to
they
happen.
beat they beat they beat Peyton Manning about 20 some years ago, didn't
That was 20 some years ago. That's 20. You got that's 20 some years ago. Hey,
they?
a lot of these football players wasn't even born then. Yeah, out there on that field wasn't even born. Yeah, dude, you got but not mine. Got to give Heisman Hope for coming into the season. Van Dyke 16, 30, 238 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. What cost it out? He didn't put a huge dent the last couple weeks until his Heisman hopes are quite sure he didn't fail. But we'll get into the Heisman people we think I'm talking about later. But Franklin
Yeah.
Jr. went for that rushing game was killing Miami, man. Franklin Jr. on
And I'm
36
letting you
yards.
know that Miami, soft. They
Yeah,
soft. All
yeah.
that hit them hit them and grab them and strip the
Choke
ball,
him,
man.
man. All
That's
that.
that's 1,000 years ago, man. Miami down there,
Yeah.
man, talking about twerking. They twerking at the red lights, man.
Man,
What they
hey,
got going on?
Franklin Jr. made just 36 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, but that's on 15 attempts. The short Lord, man, that was a bad rush. And here go a keynote in this game. With Miami fans can pay attention to. Middle Tennessee never trailed in that game and forced turnovers on Miami. First 3 possessions made them give it up.
Wow, popping them. Twerking at the red light, looking at the red light. Oh, wow, hold on, man. You want both be out here dancing? You want to go to the
Um,
cheerleaders? Go over there with the cheerleaders with Miami. You is no hurricane, baby. You more like a summer breeze. Blowing
hey,
the troubles of my
well,
mind.
yeah, that's all it is. Some breeze. They ain't, can't be told no hurricane. That's just a breeze. Not even a tropical storm right now.
Man,
And
you a
as, as,
tropical
as the
storm.
boy, Nate the Great Brooks, I would say, you got to hit them scratch. And then it seemed like Middle Tennessee was doing all that to them. I use
I
first three
swear.
possession, 3 turnovers. Man, that's huge. But
Maybe,
they can.
maybe they heard Nate the Great and said, "Hey, these guys gonna try to do us like this. Let us do it to them first." And that's what happened. Thank you, Nate the Great.
Yeah, he took their advice and went to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was horrible. But back at that ACC once again, and go back into the head buster conference as we got to step into this heat, and there was a game right here. Auburn 17, Mizzou 14.
That's right.
Mizzou quarterback Cook went 14, 24, 179 yards. He had no touchdowns and interception. But the key to this game is man is Pete, man. He went for 20 carries, 110 yards. He was averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Going toward the end zone, the city to win the game. He's trying to hold the ball out for the goal to play, and the ball slipped out his hand
No, it
on
wasn't
the
just
one
that
yard.
cut and dry. It was not that
They
cut
was
and
just
dry.
that cut and
He was
dry.
going. He was going around trying to get in. They bumped him. He dropped
He
the ball. He was trying to
ain't bump
stretch.
that
He was
guy.
trying to
Ain't
stretch
bump no
like
ball, man. Get
Mister
out here.
Stretch. He was
So
trying to
what? So
stretch
you
like
telling me
Mister Stretch
so it wasn't no
because it was
tackle?
so hard. Because it was so hard to get in that end zone with that incredible, magnificent War Eagle defense that he was scared. And when the guy bumped him, because he was already running at the end zone, bumped him, he dropped the ball like a hot potato. Oh, Lord. Oh,
So you
oh.
trying so let me get this straight. So you telling me, let me get this straight. You telling me that a guy bumped a guy and he fumbled the ball.
Man, listen, Mike. This is what I'm telling you, Mike. The man was going to the end zone, Mike. The man seen the end zone, Mike. He tried to hide, so he tried to step to the side because all them piranhas, excuse me, all them tigers was clawing at him. So he tried to stretch the ball to get up and down. My man bumped him so hard he lost the ball.
Man, get out of here, man.
Sealed the
Auburn
game. But
Georgia.
see, that ain't even
Uh,
the thing. Auburn didn't even have a quarterback in. He was hurt. He didn't even play in the game. Our backup quarterback had to come in the game. You know what I'm saying? He played
okay.
the game. He started the game. So we was already handicapped off the top. But we still made it happen. I would take a like in the words of Tone of Murdoch, I would take a ugly win over a fabulous loss any day. And baby, guess what? I'm gonna take that.
Hey, oh yeah,
War Eagle.
Washington number 15. Washington went down to UCLA and got thumped 32-40. UCLA, but Kip Chiller is not playing down there. I like your Chip Kelly at UCLA. I like to bet on. I like to have them on the spread all the time. UCLA
Yeah,
now only cover the
UCLA barely
spread.
got past South Alabama then.
There ain't no win is a win is a win is a win. I bet they better get
Uh,
past them slowly than got past one. Hey, UCLA covered the 2.5 and went over to 64.5. So UCLA is not playing. They beat knocked out number 15 Washington down there in California, and the UCLA 5-0 right now.
5-0. I guess they gonna. I guess they I can't say they just representing all themselves because USC is repping. They undefeated too. Both of them on that West Coast, California, LA, Los Angeles.
Yeah, but Washington wasn't no scrub though. Watch UCLA just came to play. But Michael Penix Jr. Man, he came to play though. He had two costly interceptions, but he went 33 for 48, 345 yards, four touchdowns, two interceptions. With you know what I'm saying, with the two interceptions was costly, but that he came to play. He came to play, but you got has all UCLA, and they and Thomas Robinson. That boy gets no. He went last year. He going he quietly doing his thing too. Now if he can pull off a couple more, he keep putting on the show. You might stick him into the Heisman watch. But like I said, we'll talk about the Heisman a little later on. But he went 24 for 33, 315 yards, three touchdowns. Running back went 124 yards, one touchdown on 22 attempts. But it was good. But Dorian Thompson Robinson though, and he
and
he 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 he, he doing his
he
thing.
doing his thing.
Yep, and also got Willis Swindle, the number four Michigan
Michigan
took on
took on
Iowa.
Iowa.
They handled their
They
business
handled their business
27-14
27-14
down in
down in
Iowa country.
Iowa country.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Michigan, they still undefeated. Iowa ain't looking like the Iowa they've been looking like the past 2 years either. They still
yeah,
stuck in the
no,
game.
yeah. But J.J. McCarthy went for 18 for 24, 155 yards, one touchdown, and as I love the quarterback with no interception. So he did it, but they Michigan. Everybody thought Michigan was probably gonna handle them a little better than what they handled them. but they covered the
Yeah.
10.5. Then they went over the 42, so that mattered. But spread was 10.5. But more people more people thought that spread should have been a little bit more than that. But Iowa's no scrub though. No, so Iowa
Nah,
is no scrub.
not ever since they got that head coach right there.
Spencer Petras went. He did what he could do. He went 21, 31, 246 yards and a touchdown, getting no interception. So that was sweet. So they did what they could. That's this week. That's the game I just got through looking at the
Yeah.
Kentucky and
No. Lewis, 18 for 24, 220 yards, two touchdowns. Quarterback, 213 yards with no TDs. He threw one interception, but he spread the ball around. You had Dart, 8 receptions, 40 yards. Henry, 2 receptions, 26 yards. Evans, 9 receptions, 24 yards. Heat, 6 receptions, 100 yards. And Evans had a touchdown. You know what I'm saying, too. But this is what's the difference. Cruz, the kicker, 2 for 2, 8 points, 53 foot long, 53 long, and that would really change because these boys were battling back and forth, man. It was a good game. It was a real good SEC game. Both of them came to play. I thought Kentucky would squeeze it by. But when you got a kicker hitting 53, you know what I'm saying? He really won the game for him. But I ain't gonna say he by himself. It was a good game. Hats off to both teams. You know, Lewis Lewis still threw 220 yards, so he's still doing what he was doing. He boy been throwing down there 300 yards per game, so
my
he
leave it.
still came
Yeah,
through.
he
Hey,
Yeah, leave his yeah, well, we'll leave it. Yeah, he threw 20, but he fumbled with 51 seconds. That was a good defensive play. Right before that, right before that play, they had Ole Miss had a chance. AJ Finley come in and put what they questioned. They wanted to look at it, but it didn't. It was a head post, but they said it was a helmet. The helmet caused the fumble and recovered. But Kentucky defense stepped up and they got down. Now they was marching and it was a touchdown to seal the deal. But corner the end zone, but it was called back on an illegal procedure, so to illegal motion. So that got wiped off in the very next play. The defense, Ole Miss defense stepped up and knocked that ball loose with 51 seconds left in the game, and it sealed the deal. But that was a good
mm-hmm.
old school
Good
SEC,
game, man.
yeah, classic
Yeah,
right there. That's what that
yeah.
that's
Kentucky
what.
should have won it. Kentucky should have won it at the end right there, but they didn't. Like you said, they didn't seal the deal. That fumble. You know what I'm saying? Then a little call back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know about that call. I ain't gonna even go there. You know what I'm saying? But Kentucky is for real. Even with that loss, Kentucky for real. They should have won that game. Controversy at the end. Did I say that controversy? Anyway, Kentucky is real. They is real now.
Now that could have been covered on the play for that, but the former though, man, it was pretty much pretty clear. But like I said, that's a good solid team. That's a good ACC class. But so we either way, whoever won at our game wasn't gonna be no shame in the loss like that right there because both of those teams really mirrored. They really were solid. But the upset of the day is Oklahoma goes down to TCU Horn Frog and they put a whooping on Oklahoma Sooners, 55-24.
Ooh,
So
Horn
I mean,
frogs.
let me repeat that. Oklahoma goes down to TCU, but TCU, but they're sleeping on TCU. They were 4-0. Oklahoma had a loss 3-1, but people still thought Oklahoma was gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? That over under was 69 that game. Knew it was gonna be high scoring. But that thing they put up combined for 79 yards. And Gabriel for Oklahoma is a 7 for 16, 126 yards, no touchdown, no interception. But that ain't gonna get it. That's not gonna get it. When Max Duggan, your counterpart, went 23 for 33, 302 yards, three touchdowns. You got to you got to get it
Yeah,
up. And he hitting his
that
fade with Kendrick,
yeah,
hitting Kendall Miller. That boy had 136 yards, 2 touchdowns on 13 attempts. He was hitting them, but that man Oklahoma got to lick their
You know,
wounds.
you know what it is. Same thing we just been talking about. That's that Oklahoma defense. That Big 12 D. They couldn't stop TCU. Even though TCU is in the Big 12 also, but hey, them Horn Frogs got on them.
But yeah, but let me also clear that up though by Dylan. Dylan Gabriel. He was knocked out that game. Some boy was hitting hard. He was knocked out the game in the second quarter. When he was trying to slide though, but the linebacker came up put the helmet on. The horse came put the helmet on. So, but he was ejected for targeting. So we gotta put that in there. So I don't want to make it throw his numbers out there and then not,
It
not
was
get a full beat,
it was a
and not
target on that Kentucky game. I ain't gonna get
yeah, but
on
I'm
my
saying
boy Al Son, but hey,
yeah, it's cutting but he may call the fumble, he ain't got the fumble, but you know what I'm saying. But it didn't buzz from upstairs. The referee didn't call on the field, so hey, it's just like in basketball. If the referee don't call it, it didn't happen. You know,
yeah,
but nevertheless, they fail, and that's how sometimes that's just how it works out. You know what I'm saying? What you got next, what they always say in all the games, next man up, you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready. So we're gonna move on over there. We're gonna go down to this. We're gonna got doggone Texas Tech and Kansas State. Another good one. Texas Tech, but it's not a good day for everybody. They got Texas in their name. Texas went down. Texas Tech. Texas Tech went down there. 3-2. Three. It was 3-1 to come going down the road to go down there to visit. Hey, you're not in Kansas anymore, daughters. They got doggone. They in Kansas though. Kansas State. They pulled one out 28-37. Kansas State, man, they 4-1. Kansas can't knock old Kansas. Can't knock old Kansas. Kansas State. But we said something about Donovan Smith earlier in the show, but from last week. But this week he went 34, 48, 359 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he did. You know, what I'm saying he did them 2 interceptions. You know, I say about interceptions though, you get another team the ball. But
yep,
Adrian Martinez though, 12 of 19, 116 yards and 1 touchdown. He put on a impressive show, man, just for the fans and for themselves. And so we're
And
gonna
so we're
see
gonna
and
see and
recap
recap
everything
everything
next week.
next week.
So thanks
So
for
thanks for
listening to
listening
the
to the
College
College
Tailgate Show.
Tailgate Show.
This your boy
This your boy
Murdoch,
Murdoch,
the
the
Spectacular
Spectacular
E,
E,
and Super
and Super
Dave
Dave
signing off.
signing off.
Peace.
Peace.